Canva have recently released a range of different updates for professionals. I think there's one in particular that is amazing for teachers, and that is the copy art style functionality. My name's Thomas Blakemore, I'm a primary school teacher, and I'm also a Canva for Education trainer. Hopefully this video is going to give you lots of support. If you want to see more support, go onto my website, teachtraveltriumph.com. I've got a guide called Edtech Empowered that's got over 80 free tools, including ways that you can use them. Canva is of course in that. So let's delve into this and showcase that copy art style. It's brilliant. So to start off with, you know that there's going to be lots of different elements available on Canva. You can find them up there in this sidebar. I've just searched up Christmas. Of course, if you see this after Christmas, it's still going to be applicable to other elements too. I quite like this one because it has that kind of watercolory effect. So the way that you want to do this is you're going to tap onto it and you see this little copy style. You can use that. You can also go into edit, and in this edit you've also got what's called a style match, and I'll show you that right towards the end because it's really cool and one of my favorites. But to start off with, I've just got here that same element and a few others that I've just copied in. You can do it one of two ways. You can copy the style. We're going to go to copy art style just here. You can either tap on an element and let that work. Now remember, it's going to be using AI in the background, so it's going to take a little bit of time to do these things. So if you're using something like Canva, you can then carry on with something else. You won't be able to copy the art style to other elements while you're playing around with this. So it's just something to bear in mind. But because I'm good and my tutorials are very time efficient, here's one I've done earlier, where you can see how the art style has been copied across over to a range of other elements too. So it's only made a small tweak. You can see that it's just made a very small tweak, but something like this that's a little bit more poppy, a bit more cartoony. If I then copy that across, I'm going to show you the other way that you can do this, and that is of course to click and drag across all of those elements, and it's just going to continue to do that in the background too. So here we go. The elements have been copied across. I really like the little hot chocolate mug, and we can see that that's been applied to different elements. But of course, we can then copy other art styles. So this was that kind of more poppy 2D style that I've copied across. You can see that it's really done well with the gingerbread man, but not so much for the penguin. But it's also really good for perhaps hugely different art styles. For example, there's almost like this outline one here, this red outline one that I've taken from this bauble and applied it across those same elements. Again, it's done a great job of the tree and other elements too. It's almost good for colouring in as well. From there, just copied a simple black and white element across. You can see it's done a good job of those and copying those across too. Finally, as I said at the start of the video, I was going to take you through to the edit and go into the style match section. There's a range of different ways. Again, it's going to be using AI to do this. This one was my favourite that I've tried so far, and that is plush. Waiting again because of the AI. And there we go. It's done a really good job of copying that across. I actually think it's quite sweet. I wouldn't mind buying one of those as a bit of a Christmas decoration either. And you can see that there's all sorts of other styles that you can use. Sometimes it will say, oh, it's been unable to generate that art style. If it does that, try it again, but sometimes it just doesn't work, and it's just worth knowing. Hopefully this has been a time efficient tutorial for you to use and share with other teachers, other professionals, and I hope you found it useful. If you have, feel free to like it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more EdTech tutorials and ways to use technology in school to innovate and save time. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Until then, I'm out.